Check once where the bros are here. Talking soccer, sipping root beer. From the stands to the pitch to your ears tonight. They break it down, no fluff, no gloss. Goals and misses, they count the cost. Laugh aloud while they analyze the fight. RSL Bros, they're running the show. Kicking it live where the fans all go. From the mountains high to the valley low. RSL Bros, they're in the know.
RSL Nation!
Welcome back. Welcome back. There's two of us, not three, unfortunately, but the show still goes on.
For those that can't see, Marcos is referring to the fact that Christian is doing his civil duty. So he may or may not pop in tonight. He has the link to join us. So if we see him, great. I mean, it'd be better. Because it's not like I don't like talking to you, Marcos, but really.
But if you ever had jury duty, you can't skip it, guys. Don't skip your jury duty. Christian's doing a civic duty tonight, so thank you to Christian for doing it. But the show goes on.
Coming from the guy that off camera was like, just skip it. Just skip it.
No, you can't. You can't skip jury duty. You can't skip jury duty. But show goes on. We are here. Alan's here. Marcos is here.
We have stuff to talk about. And there's stuff that happened on Saturday's game. We'll talk about them. But there's also two other games we are going to talk about. Probably other podcasts talk about one game at a time, but because of our recording day, we're going to talk about two games. We have a game this Saturday and then next Wednesday. So this is how it's going to run down. But before I do this, I had a thought in my head earlier today. I was like, I want to ask you, and I was hoping Christian was going to be here, but I wanted to ask you guys, if you have any soccer thoughts before we get started. Like something that happened this week while watching soccer or anything that you're like, I need to say this.
Not RSL related. Let's see here.
It can be RSL related.
No,
I don't care.
I'll give a shout out to your son. Like, let's give a shout out to your son. I think for those of you who come to the tailgates, for those of you who have seen Alan's son in the South, you'll know how talented of a soccer player this kid is. He is 8 years old, and we're what are we, 3 games in the season for you guys?
No, we're like 6 games in.
Well, anywho, I in my head it's 3, but anywho, 6 games into the season, this kid already has 5 goals. Baller of a kid. If you want to see videos, maybe Alan can show you them sometime. But this kid is amazing. So shout out to your son.
Well, didn't expect that, but thank you. Appreciate it. He loves playing. So, my soccer thought is actually somewhere along those lines too, but I am not looking forward to, for anyone that has kids that play soccer, I'm not looking forward to, in a week and a half, soccer tryouts for a lot of kids. And I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to be a mess. I hate the system.
You're going to break some kids' hearts.
No. Here's the thing, and this is my hot take that I'm just going to leave it here. Kids aren't going to be as heartbroken as parents. Parents are more invested than their kids, and that's the sad reality of youth soccer, and I hate it. So, yeah, it absolutely sucks. So, anyways, let's get on with what we have scheduled for today. Today, we're going to talk about, as I'm holding this pencil in my hand, sorry. This is my nervous pencil where I'm just swirling it around. We're going to talk about RSL Portland that happened this last Saturday. Hopefully we get to everything that has to do with this game. After that, we're going to talk about some RSL news in terms of contracts. We'll get our opinions out there about Kaliskin renewing his contract, which I think is a good thing, but we'll get into that. Then we're going to get into the two games. We're going to get into first RSL versus Dallas, and then we're going to get into RSL versus Houston. Sorry,
the other Texas team.
There's too many Texas teams in a row. Dallas, then Houston. So we'll do that. We'll do prediction night for each of those. And then we'll get into some Instagram questions. I saw there was at least a couple.
There were. And then, of course, right at the very end, we're going to announce this little incentive, if you will, this road to something at the very end. So stay tuned if you want to hear what's going on.
Road to something. The only road I can think of is Road to Narnia. But let's Let's do this. Marcos, give me your thoughts on this RSL Portland game.
Yeah, so first off, I was kind of sad that it was our last afternoon game of the season. It's bittersweet. Some people love it, some people hate it. For me, absolutely love it because then you get a evening to do whatever you want. So your son loved it, of course, because he was there. He was balling out as he always does.
Always.
But to the actual game, RSL played lineup with Yedlin, Glad, Junkwa, because PQ was still out.
You
Obviously,
know,
Engel,
I'm not gonna be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. Junka, my friend. We've had him for almost 2 years.
Junka, Engel, PQ still out.
Uh-huh.
Midfield, Gozo, Stein, Kalaskin, and then we have Juanma up top, Morgan, Luna, and Solans.
This is our star lineup. Almost. Almost. I mean, I I think obviously we need Angle, and I think that's it, Angle. But all-star lineup for RSL. I have no issues with this, and I have zero issue with how they came out. First half was absolutely the. I mean, I'm not going to call it dream start because that dream start was what happened against San Diego, but we came out as expected.
No, I think I think RSL is just doing what we've seen the entire season. We're very fast paced these first 10 minutes, of course, but just the very fast this first 45 minutes. And I don't want to just go right away through the whole first half, but it kind of upsets me in a sense that we're just that fast only for 45, but not for the entirety of the whole 90.
That I was thinking about this. The was it? Yeah, it was the other day. I'll just say I was thinking about this the other day. With how well we've been playing recently, it actually worries me that if we play so well this season and we end up qualifying, I don't know, for CONCACAF Champions Cup, right? I would hate to have this kind of energy and this kind of skill die out after 45 minutes because that's what it's been like for the past couple of games. We've just been dying out.
Because you look at teams like LAFC, you look at Vancouver, they're going to see that we come out guns a-blazing in these first 10, 20 minutes. And they're like, oh, sweet. I'll let them come out guns a-blazing. Then we can just we can play as hard as we want in the second half, and they're going to be gassed out.
Yeah, hmm. That's what's frustrating because the let's talk first half. First half we're like we just said, we were lights out. We were
Yeah,
majority possession. I mean,
yeah,
look at our XG.
well, I don't ever count XG.
Oh,
XG is
come
just
on.
a made up stat. But that first goal, Juanma to Luna, just amazingness because Juanma just finds Luna just right there, just coming into the box, and Luna just slots it home. Yes, you can
That was
give.
number two. That was number two.
Oh,
Gozo's
sorry,
the
sorry.
number one. Yeah, Gozo's the number one, and
But
I'll mention Gozo's real quick. I mean, the Gozo it was a delayed run, and so it was actually Solans with the hold up play. Guys, let's talk real quick, and I say guys, I mean you. um, let's talk about Solans' hold up play. The he doesn't look like a really strong guy, by the way. When you look at it from TV, you look at him from far away, he doesn't look like a strong guy. Up close, he's got height and he's got built. And to hold up the ball, turn and push forward is great. Second to that would be his vision to see he had Luna accompany him. That's without a doubt. But Gozo, the work rate that Gozo has and puts in is seriously off the charts for his age. And him pushing up and getting that one timer into the
well, I was gonna
net,
say, well,
great.
just the confidence, just to take that one time and not to just do an extra dribble, because so many times we see these veteran or these other players that want to take that extra dribble into the box, but he just one time and it had the confidence to just slot it past home, because Portland's keeper, as we saw, he was having a fire game himself. 13, 14 saves, and the fact that he didn't save that one, whew, that was saying something about Gozo's shot.
Well, here's the thing. Two part to that. Gozo usually takes an extra touch. That's what surprised me. One, I've seen him too many times take one too many touches and gets himself into trouble, and he isn't able to get a shot off. But this one, it wasn't even like a great shot either. If you look at where he put it near post, and it was so near post that the goalkeeper should have gotten down and got it.
Right.
But maybe the speed of the shot, but also it probably caught the keeper off guard that he went near post. Those shots you want to go far post, and I don't know, great shot, great effort, and got rewarded for with the goal.
An even better celebration. Can I say that backflip? Dude's got hops. Dude has
Bro,
hops.
bro,
I did not. I didn't expect that. Christian, I looked at each other like, did he just do a backflip? He did a backflip, all right.
there's this thing I think I've seen it on TikTok where people talk about the Utah backflip. Have you
Oh,
have you seen it?
I haven't. I
Like
haven't.
they talk about a lot of guys from Utah love to do backflips. And it all started with Benson Boone. They started seeing how
Oh,
Benson Boone does a lot of backflips and whatnot.
yep.
And then I'm not sure how popular it really is, but I think I saw the TikTok where it's like the Utah backflip. Look it up if you haven't seen it. Apparently, it's a thing where a lot of Utah guys do backflips. So add Gozo to the list. Another backflip for Utah.
Interesting. Interesting. Because when he did that, I was thinking, I was like, I don't remember the last time that we had an RSL player do a backflip at America First Field.
At America First Field, I'm not sure, but can you name all the RSL players that have done backflips?
The only one that comes to mind is Jason Kreis.
Fabian Espíndola.
Fabian.
Who else?
Javi
I
never did. Javi never did a backflip.
I'm just thinking of forwards.
Sabo never did a backflip.
Nope,
Chicho never did a backflip.
nope.
Gomez never did backflips.
Plata was no, he
Too
couldn't
short.
do it. Too short to do a backflip.
No, but I really think it's just only three players. I think we've only had three.
So, anyways, that was probably a little too deep talking about backflips. But to your Luna goal, let's go. Let's talk about that because that one was really nice. It wasn't like for me, it wasn't like a spectacular goal. It was just a beautiful goal.
I don't want to give credit to maybe your interview with Juanma the day before, but maybe I'll give credit to that. The fact that Juanma was able to just come off that side on that left side and just read it and find Luna for the correct timing, and Luna just finishes out for that goal.
Bro, there's something to be said about how comfortable Juanma is feeling right now. And as long as the players in the locker room keep making him feel welcome here, I think he will keep producing and producing at a very high level. That's why I was it in our preseason predictions. Do we do an assist one or no?
We didn't, but I don't know if you saw your preseason predictions MVP. You put Juanma.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Because
but
I
but
mean,
stats wise for Juanma in this game, accurate passes, he was 35 for 37, 95%, and that was obviously one of those. So he has a keen eye as to where to throw those passes on the field.
how many assists does he have on the season now? Two or three?
I will tell you, he is at 3 assists.
Boom, shakalaka. Um, this was expected. How many? And maybe just to compare, I don't want to pit teammates against each other. But how many assists does Alex have?
Give me 1 second.
Sorry, I'm putting pressure on our stat guy.
He is actually at 0.
I'm just saying, Alex is a workhorse. He puts in the work, but I think
Last season, he had 4.
Alex did.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, maybe how many assists did Juanma have in Mexico? Sorry, I know this is a random tangent.
5.
Look at that. He's producing more here than he is in Mexico.
For San Luis last season, 22 starts, 2 goals, 5 assists.
Yeah, Juanma's gonna break that here. Um, yeah, Juanma's contribution on the offensive end is super important. I mean, going back to the Luna goal, his 1-2 passing with Luna to Juanma back to Luna, who just literally opens up at the hip and puts it far post. It was just too easy. I was like, if this is how this game's gonna go, we're gonna be up by a lot, and we could probably break our goal scoring record this game at
Well,
this rate.
well, we were just going guns a blazing in that first half. Obviously, we have the 2 goals, but total stats in just the first half alone, 18 total shots, 11 of those on target, touches in the opponent's box, 30. And I was like, we are playing hot, hot, and extra hot because it was hot on Saturday, but still, like, it was unreal. Like, I was like, what kind of RSL is this that we're reading each other so well with Juanma and Gozo and even Morgan? Obviously, Morgan didn't have any stats, but Morgan was still being that arsenal in the middle, being able to find everybody in their right positions.
Well, I want to maybe stop you there because Morgan actually had a couple of shots that got blocked, including
Mhm.
his breakaway, which, oh man, that was so frustrating. I'm I'm not gonna. I guess frustrated isn't a really good word to use in this place because we ended up getting the result that we wanted. But I wish that he would finish more of his one-on-one chances. Because at this point, if he finished, this is total guessing. If he would have finished every single one of his one-on-ones this season, he could easily be above Sergi in goals right now.
Oh,
Easily.
hands down, hands down. Sergi as well had, I think it was two chances that were one on one with the keeper, shot right at it, and amazing save by the Portland keeper as well. So there could have, should have, would have been in this game, but like I mentioned, this Portland keeper was having the game of his career with 14 saves, and there's a reason he won. He was on the team of the week.
I mean, let's try to comprehend the fact that RSL had 18 total shots in just the first half. I know you don't like XGs, but XGs had it at 3.27. We are expected to have 3 goals at least. At least.
Do,
And
does
you
it does it frustrate you at all that we didn't have more goals? Like 2 goals is awesome. 2 goals is fantastic in a first half. Don't get me wrong, but it should have been three. It should have easily been three. The way that we were pressing so hard.
I'll put it this way. I'm fine with having 2 goals. Yes, we could have had more. But I think what I'm more upset about is what we talked about at the very beginning, the second half. Going into the second half after a absolutely killer first half was absolutely disappointing. That second half, you can blame it on heat, exhaustion. I mean, valid points. They
For
are
sure.
very valid, but it was a
But
sleeper.
no, but this is the same thing that we saw in the KC game. Same thing that we saw when we played San Diego. We come out guns blazing in the first half, and then we're MIA. MIA in the second half because it was that San Diego game where we scored 4 goals, and then sleeper of that second half where people were like, "Where's RSL?" Same as that exact thing on Saturday. People were leaving early. People were frustrated. Second half stats, we had zero point 0.5 of an XG, 7 total shots, 4 of those on target. Yeah, we had some attacking, but it was just nothing. It was nothing compared to that first half.
Do you know what's funny? If you would have asked us last year, um, to have one half of 7 shots, 4 of them on target, we would have been like, the whole game? That's amazing. We have offensive production. Bro, this season we're like, you only got 7 shots. You only had 4 of them on target. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? Which is I think the absolute correct answer. I think last year we were just so desperate for any kind of offense that any shot felt like a miracle. But to have the players that we have now and only have 7 shots, we had less possession and literally for me it was a sleeper of a second half. Absolute sleeper. So maybe to your point, I know that there was some kind of how would I say it? It's not a debate, it's not an argument, it's not a your hot take on people leaving the game early. I Let's just bring it up. All right.
For
Uh,
sure, for sure.
yes, I can understand
I
both
can
sides of
understand.
the story.
No, absolutely. There's a reason for both sides of the story. But for my frustration and anger, it's because one, it was an afternoon game. That was our last one of the season. The rest of the home games of the season are all evening games. So in my head, I'm thinking, where do people need to go around 4:30, 5 o'clock? You kind of put your time, your dedication towards RSL. Yes, the second half was a snooze fest, but stay to the final whistle and show the love and and the respect towards this club because they deserve it. Like a win's a win. A win's a win, especially for Cabral, because that was his first shutout of the season.
Understand 100%. Now, let's bring the human side into this. um, the human side is that whole east side of the stadium was in the sun the whole game.
For sure.
That is hot. And since umbrellas aren't allowed, not everyone brought a hat. I mean, it was just the heat was just exhaust. I mean, I'm gonna laugh at that. There, it wasn't hot. The sun was hot.
True.
The ambient temperature was not. Um, and then to combine that with such a slow second half. And I was talking about this with someone that I was alongside with during the game, and I said afternoon games are the absolute worst. And
Like,
and
well,
it's
attendance wise, obviously it said that we were a sellout, but sellout, no. I don't think it said 20,600 and something. But towards the end, it felt like it was the lowest rated, a lowest attended RSL game in a hot minute because of that second half, because it was an afternoon game. And I was just frustrated. I was frustrated by the support, the lack of enthusiasm, the last lack of fandom that I saw from everybody. Because as you guys saw from the Salt Lake Tele Facebook page, from my own Twitter, I put the video and I was with Christian, and that was about the 80th minute, 82nd minute, as I saw from the west side, I saw from the east side, people leaving. And yes, to Alan's point, the reasonings behind the heat, behind the lack of enthusiasm in that second half, but it was just frustration. It was a frustration because I want to see that passion. I want to see that fandom for the whole 90 minutes and show the support for this club.
yeah, it's not gonna happen in this country. It's not gonna happen. It
No,
it, it, it won't. It won't happen ever.
of
And
course.
that's not being negative, Nancy. It just won't.
No, it's the same thing as fans showing up early to RSL games. That's never gonna happen either. So
I mean, but the you can't. It's not just an RSL problem. The Jazz have it too. People leave early from the Jazz game all the time.
sure. And
But
and yes, I know this is going to happen for the remainder of the season. We can't teach fans how to fan. We say this every single season, every single time we do this podcast. So I guess I'll just get that off my chest now, and I'll wipe it under the covers for the rest of the season. But I guess with this being an afternoon game, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it was frustrating. Because like I mentioned, where else do fans need to be at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon? So
well, and I'll say this: afternoon games absolutely suck because that's when afternoon naps happen. Like literally that time. That's why I felt sleepy that second half because I was like, ugh, afternoon nap. That's why night games are so much more energizing because everyone is all well rested. Let's go.
yeah.
So, um, overall, 3 points are 3 points.
3 points or 3 points, yes. It's exciting for Cabral. Cabral definitely earned the man of the match. He has been waiting. He's been wanting this clean sheet because he he's been doing as much as he can to save us these past games, and the defense helped him out immensely. So
Yeah.
kudos to Cabral.
Um, I did want to make mention that it shouldn't go unnoticed, but I'm not sure if it was asked in the press conference. Maybe you might help me out with this on the reason why Justin Glad came out in the 61st minute instead of playing the whole game. I didn't see anything that was worth noting. Maybe it was just tired, exhaustion.
No, from the if I'm it was I feel like it was so long ago. It was almost a week ago, but I believe it was just like a little bit of a knock. So nothing crazy, but it was probably just a little bit of a knock.
Okay, perfect. Um, I got nothing else besides, I mean, Luna and Gozo deserve um, to be on the team of the week and the bench. I think Sanabria deserved to be there too. Kaliskin and Spearing, solid as always. Morgan, as creative as ever. Love it. This team right now is working on a really well-oiled machine.
Yeah, after Saturday's win, we are 10 games into the season at this point at 19 points and sixth place in the Western Conference. So that is fantastic. That is fantastic. We have a game in hand of a bunch of teams. Obviously, Seattle has 2 games in hand of a bunch of teams, which is ridiculous,
Hate
absolutely
it.
ridiculous. But still, we are looking fire as ever, with also a +5 goal differential too.
Yes, that's also good. So let's move on. Let's talk about a contract extension. So this is a good news for RSL fans. What do we got, Marcos?
Yeah, Noel Kaliskin, he is going to stick around with RSL till 2028.
Yes. There's actually quite a few that's only 2028, which has me kind of worried what's going to happen at that point.
No,
And
I feel like this is something well deserved for Noel. We saw his work effort, what he put in last season for stepping in for Anelli, because Anelli kind of fell off, and now with this season filling in as Anelli's out this whole season, and now he has a new partner with Stein. So awesome, well deserved.
yeah, that's a I'm super happy for that. And well, we now have a defensive midfielder for a solid one for some time.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm just gonna throw this out there because it's also a rumor, and we've already all heard it. But I received a text from an anonymous source that apparently there are serious talks, as in like it's most likely going to happen during the World Cup break, that Gozo is probably going to be gone. I didn't get the where, but it was somewhere in Europe. I'm I'm not sure how much to believe this rumor. I maybe RSL Communications might shoot us down in saying this is not a rumor at all. I don't know. We're gonna leave it as rumor. Do what you want with it. I don't think it's a bad rumor. I think this is a good one in the sense that it's good for Gozo. Um, but I will say this: if that is true, you were looking at the last two home games for Gozo in Salt Lake.
So what Alan's saying is, everybody take advantage of it. Next Wednesday, the game against Houston. Next Saturday, the game against the Crapids. Take advantage of it because who knows? Who knows? This could be his last two games, or maybe we might see him in August. But
Who
take advantage
knows?
of it. Take advantage of it because this kid has potential to do amazing things.
Yeah, and that goes for Luna too, eh?
Oh yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
I'm
Like we don't know if this could be his last two games as well. So come, come.
yeah. The fact that there's going to be almost 60 days without a game, that's a lot of days to have someone just bounce. That's that's probably what I'm most worried about is that that's just a lot of time for someone to bounce.
Most definitely.
So, all right, let's dig into the game this weekend. RSL against Dallas at Dallas. This is not a home game. Thank heavens, because I wanted my Saturday night back. And I'm pretty sure Marcos wanted his as well. And Christian as well. I mean, but he can't be here. Well, he's not here right now to whatever. Anyways, defend himself. That's what I was gonna say. So
So RSL is going to Dallas this Saturday, 6:30 p.m. And Dallas is currently coming off a 2-0 victory in New York against the Red Bulls. So that's kind of a
that's no bueno.
that's that's no bueno. That's no bueno at all. And currently in the table, Dallas is sitting really right behind us, seventh place, 11 games played, 16 points.
Yeah, that's I mean, obviously not as well as us. They have more draws and we have more wins. Great. Love that for us. But here's a stat that I want to make sure that we keep an eye on. They have wait for it because we just barely started. Drum roll, please. Hopefully he's getting himself ready. Here he is, the man of the hour. Yes, he is. It is Christian.
Well, hello.
And, he,
Hey,
and he's well dressed too for us.
thank you
Just for you.
dressing-
No other civic reasons.
I
No,
love it. I love it.
I'm glad you jumped on right in time. We are just entering into RSL versus Dallas. So,
Oh.
yes. So here we go. So this is the interesting stat that I was gonna mention before this good-looking guy jumped in. Dallas has 20 goals for.
Hmm.
Oof.
Their leading goal scorer has how many goals this season?
I believe 9. Am I correct?
10.
10. Pedar Musa.
Oh,
Peter
he's a
Musa.
good one.
So here's my thinking. You stop Peter Musa, you stop their offense. You stop literally half their goals. Now, do we think we have the defense to stop Musa?
Well, for those of you who haven't paying attention, last press conference, Pablo did say Engel will be back for the Saturday.
Oh,
Oh,
Engel will be back for the Dallas game. I'm not saying he will start, but that means he will be available. So that helps our back line immensely.
I was gonna say because Musa plays in the middle. He doesn't play on the right. He's not a right winger, which is where
no, he's a
Lucas
center
would be
forward.
defending against. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm pretty sure if he's that important, we're gonna be double teaming him. I would hope that there would be a Glad Angle or a Glad Yedlin wherever he moves inside that middle. They're gonna be right on top of him. I would hate to. Well, I guess maybe here's another stat that we should throw out and take into consideration. Dallas's home record right now is 2 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss. They have played 7 games at home.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, actually, no, that's a lot considering where we are.
That's more than us.
By
so-
far,
well,
actually.
6. We only played 6 games.
Things like that at home.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, but they are not the most. So the Whitecaps have played the most at home, by the way.
Save the Caps.
Save the Caps. But Dallas has, of their 20, they have scored 13 of them at home. Don't ask me how many Musa has scored at home. Maybe you guys can, stat guy, get on that. But if we can hold Musa to literally 0 goals, which I think we can, we have a really high chance of coming away with 3 points and a very important 3 points away from home.
Mhm.
So, but he's not the only one that I'm actually worried about. Can you guys take a guess of who else would be absolutely dangerous right now?
Moreno?
Yes. Moreno. You guys know where he played before, right?
I
Fluminense?
did not.
Well, yes, Fluminense, Portland. He was actually
Oh, in
important.
Portland. That's right.
He was important for a minute, and he's
hot
very
minute.
important he was very important to Portland. How many goals does Moreno have this season?
So,
Okay.
in case you're wondering, I just did the math. Petter Musa has scored 8. 8 of his 10 have been at home.
Shut up.
Okay, let's see. As
Oh,
of right now, he has
0.
not scored any goals this season. He's got 1 assist, but he's only started 3 games so far.
He started last
Uh,
game.
Well, you know why, right?
No.
Anderson Julio's hurt.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Anderson Julio's that starting left winger normally for Dallas, but because he's hurt right now, Moreno's been playing up top.
Interesting.
Very.
It does say FOTMob says mid-May. I don't believe it. Interesting. But I would still be very, very worried about him. Santi Moreno was dangerous with Dallas. Then
with Portland.
Sorry, was
Portland.
dangerous with Portland, and he was so dangerous with Portland. That's why they sent him over to Fluminense.
Correct.
He wasn't getting any playing time with Fluminense, hence why he's on loan right now. But between Musa and Moreno, I would say that is a very dangerous pairing, especially with Moreno's speed. That's what I remember from him is his speed. And
Correct.
if RSL is not on their toes or can't possess the ball a lot, then we're going to be countered a lot. They play almost the exact same way we do. Yeah.
You know what I really appreciate about our team this year compared to last year?
Mm.
We respect our opponents a lot more this year.
Yeah.
And that's led to us being able to react more appropriately to our opponents. Like, but it's almost respecting to a fault, obviously, because we got a little bit ahead in the clouds against Miami, and that, washed on over to the Galaxy game. But largely this season, we've respected our opponents.
Right.
Now, the Pablo folks are going to hate me for saying this, but I think it's because Pablo has changed that approach in his coaching, and it's doing wonders.
I would agree. In
Well,
fact,
Christian, something that Alan and I were talking about in the first segment when we were talking about the Portland game is that RSL only plays a 45 minutes. We don't play a full 90. And that's kind of what I'm kind of a little bit worried about going into this Dallas game. Obviously, Dallas has that humidity. How is RSL going to be able to respond against that? How are they going to be able to play a full 90 and not shut off?
Fair.
Yeah, it's really worrying because um, weather outside the field is really a factor, I guess, so far for us. Saturday wasn't even that hot, and yet it seemed like a huge factor in that second half. You go to Dallas, I mean, granted, it's going to be an evening game. Hopefully it cools off a little bit. Doubt it though. Yeah, I was going to say.
Not that much.
Yeah, um so this is where I would hope that our substitutions, because it's going to be a Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, we're probably going to be rotating early.
Yeah,
And
knowing that Victor's kind of been riding the bench these past couple games, that's why I need to step up huge. I need Victor to play his lights off coming off the bench for whoever it is, Sergey or Morgan, but he needs to show up kind of like he did against San Diego.
could you see maybe, and maybe I'm going too far ahead, could we see a Sergey start this weekend, a Victor start on Wednesday, and then back to Sergey next Saturday, the following Saturday?
Possibility.
If I were Pablo, I might do that only because I can see how heavy these games could be. But I don't know.
Well, and
yeah.
this is another good test for our team having again those back-to-back games. Before that's where we slipped up to 4. Now we're going to see, did the players learn anything? I'm going to throw this on the players. Did they learn anything?
Yeah.
About how to manage themselves these games? Because I think Pablo's ready to go. I think the rest of his coaching staff is ready to go. But are the Sergeys and the Victors ready to share the responsibility there? Is Diego Luna going to step up? Is Xavier Gozo going to really show his proof? Is the back line going to not crack and leave everything on Rafa again?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many questions.
Oh, one last stat that probably doesn't mean much this season, but last 2 times we played Portland last season, home and away, both times RSL player picked up a red card.
That was in Portland, but what about Dallas?
I mean, sorry, against Dallas.
All right.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Both times home and away. So Pio and Agata, both times.
Well, we don't have either one of them, so don't have to worry about that. Don't get people started on the Peel one. I think that's the one that was very debatable, and everyone was all up in arms last season. So I think we'll just leave it there. Also, real quick before we go into prediction time, last time we won in Dallas was, if I'm not mistaken, September of 2021.
October of 2021.
October of 2021. So
October 27th of 2021.
So there you go. There is another
game-winning goal was by Rusnak.
Ugh. So there you go. Another streak that hopefully we can get over. Not like the LA one. We still that one's good.
That one's disgusting.
Yeah. Anyways, with that, it's prediction time. All right. Christian, welcome. Please.
I'm going to go a bit conservative on this one because Dallas is riding a high coming off of beating the Red Bulls 2-0. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in Dallas.
Understandable. I don't like it, though. Marcos.
Give me a 2-1. 2-1 victory for RSL to punch it on the road and get that 3 points.
Here's Marcos forced to be positive because Christian stole his result. I'm gonna go super positive, guys. I just love this team right now, and I hope that we can put in a full 90. We're gonna go with a 1-0 victory for RSL. Keep it low.
I love it.
Okay, let's move on against Houston. This is another one that's back to back, but
Houston, just like RSL, plays on the weekend, but they go back-to-back road games. Sunday in LAFC, Wednesday to RSL. Oh boy, that sucks.
Well, and this is an LAFC I would not want to play on the heels of a horrendous embarrassing CONCACAF Champions Cup result. So they're going to look for someone to take the brunt of their anger, and that anger target is currently burnt orange.
Yeah, and they're gonna be pretty burnt to the crisp. Sorry, that was really bad. Uh, um, no, yeah, you're totally right. Houston is not the best right now. They have a -5 goal differential, and I'm pretty sure that's because of one game they got blown out. But they they aren't like too good. Oh yeah, they lost 6-2 to the Rapids. Holy crap!
Yep.
Houston on the road this season. They've played 4 away games. They're 1 win, 3 losses, 6 goals for, 12 against, with a -6 goal differential.
Yeah, they ain't doing too good. In fact, their last. I'm going through their last. They're not too bad. Their last 3 away games, they've won one and lost two. I mean, that's all right for them. But yeah,
Well,
they're
well,
not the
look,
best.
looking at who Houston has to play this season, LAFC, then RSL, and then you jump to Saturday, home against Vancouver. Oh,
Oh,
that's the
that,
gauntlet for them.
that's a tough run. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that where we're sitting in the standings, RSL, Dallas, and Houston are all 6, 7, 8,
Yeah,
respectively right now. So these are much tighter matches than we're kind of giving credit for right now.
6-7. Um, yes, but do we does RSL really deserve that sixth spot? I don't think so. I think we should be higher, but we're not due
Oh,
to I mean, fill in the blank. Referees, players, whatever. We
I got you.
yes, I'm doing it. But we should have gotten 3 points. Heck, we can start counting how many 3 points we should have gotten against
well,
Vancouver, against LA, Miami. We should have played a little bit better. We probably could have gotten some points out of there. I mean, we
true.
Yeah,
technically should add. I would say add another 5 points to what we have right now, and I think that's what we deserve to be at.
True, true.
that
Just
would
a
put us
couple
in
of
third.
that would put us in third. But just a couple of players to keep an eye on for Houston. Obviously, they picked up Matias Bogus, who came from Cruz Azul, who was with LAFC prior. They brought in Ache Ache back, but let's get real. Ache Ache is not going to do much for them. They have Jack McGlynn, who was with Philadelphia, and this is his second season with the Dynamo.
So, who should we be really worried about?
Their leading goal scorer this season is Agosto.
Augusto?
Really?
I'm looking at it.
He's got 5 goals on the season. He's playing decently well. Ponce hasn't done anything yet this season. Bogus only has 1 goal, but RSL seem to attract the they haven't scored/won yet this season. Let's give it to him. I think that's just like kind of the RSL curse right now. Our tour really likes to perform well against us. Really
Uh,
likes to perform well against us.
this is true. But this Augusto guy, if it's the same exact thing as Peter Musa. If we can stop Augusto, that one. I mean, this isn't hidden gems that we're looking at. These are absolutely like facts. These are blatantly obvious stats, and I'm pretty sure the coaching staff is looking at the exact same stuff. If you stop these one players, your chances of winning just go up exponentially. And especially with Augusto, who has 5 goals, 5 assists. That's a guy
4 assists.
four, four.
Yeah.
Oh, four. Sorry. He's basically their offense. Without him, they're without 9 goal contributions, which to their credit is how many of their goals? That's 9 of their 13 goals he's been a part of.
Something also to keep an eye on. Houston Dynamo lead the entire MLS in red cards, so they have a tendency of making this game kind of physical.
Oh boy. Don't say that. That's not good for me.
Yeah, yep.
Um,
Them in Cincinnati are tied with 5 red cards this season.
That's a lot of red cards.
bro, that's just a lack of discipline. Like total lack of discipline. Who's their coach? Is it still Ben Olsen? Yeah, Ben Olsen. Dude, I'm sorry. Ben Olsen's washed up. He was
He
a
knows
great.
better.
No, he doesn't. Ben
Sure,
Ben
he
will
does. He
he
should know better.
he should, but I mean he was also a feisty player as well in the MLS. But um yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too worried about this Houston game either. It's just me for
Oh,
me.
I'm never not worried about these games personally.
no, I think it's just the fact that it's a midweek game and who Houston has to play. That's how RSL should have that confidence. The confidence they got a Wednesday and a Saturday at home. It's
Do,
gonna be good.
but do you know what I think? I think last year, even though it was a really bad year for us, I think last year beating them twice kind of took that monkey off our back from losing almost all of 2024 to them, losing to them in the 2023 MLS playoffs. I think that monkey came off our back last year. Though 2024, if you guys, I'll remind everyone else, we lost to them 4-1. Actually, I'll start from the beginning of the year in 2024. July 3rd, we beat them 3-2. Cool. That was before the Leagues Cup break. Then we had them in Leagues Cup. They whooped us 3-0. Then we had to play them. Did we play them again in an Open Cup?
Nope, that was
That was
regular season.
that was the previous year. Oh yeah, that was 2023. But 2024 we lost to them again 4-1 after Leagues
Mhm.
Cup. That was horrible. Don't remind me of 2023, which 2023 it was a 0-0, then we lost 3-1, then we lost them 3-0, then we lost to them 2-1 in the first game of playoff. Beat them in penalties on the second game thanks to Luna, and then lost to them in Houston in penalties for the final game. So, yes, maybe a lot of you guys have a lot of memories of this, but I think because of last year and how bleh it was for us and we still beat them and how much Houston has fallen off, I feel confident in this game. Not gonna lie. So, with that, let's just do this now. All right? It's prediction
Prediction
time.
time.
All right. Marcos.
I'm confident. I'm super confident RSL is gonna get the dub. We're gonna get the 3 points. Give me 3 goals, 3 points, 3-0 victory for RSL.
Jeez. That's a lot. You left me in shock. Christian.
Honestly, I'm feeling a 2-0 victory.
2-0. All right. I'll be the negative Nancy on this one. I'm gonna go with a 3-1 win for RSL. Just because at some point I need to beat Christian in prediction time. I hate you.
It's possible. Hey,
And in case anybody's wondering the standings, Christian's at 16 points for prediction time, and Alan and I are both at 10.
I can't believe how horrible we're doing. Holy cow. Well, Christian, we basically, if you guys are listening right now to prediction time, just listen to Christian at this point.
hey, I'm gonna be wrong eventually.
Eventually,
I mean,
but
I was wrong with Miami. I was wrong with LA. So I've been wrong.
you've hit the target more often than not. So that makes me just jealous. So with that, let's dive into some IG questions.
Absolutely. First question of the night for you guys. 2,750 followers. Alan singing on a table in the mall? Question mark.
That's
Yeah, I'm doing it. I have no doubts. Like you guys help us get there, and we get there. I'm doing it.
Absolutely. Next question. Will Arias be starting 11 player? And if so, who will be benched to make room for him?
Pablo Ruiz.
So Juan played his first game on Sunday for the Monarchs. It was definitely a first start. It wasn't great.
I honestly don't know. His loan is up in June, isn't it?
Ooh, it is. He
Yeah,
might just leave.
yeah.
Like nothing positive, but nothing negative, just because of the injury. It's like,
And he's taking up an international roster spot. and we have this summer is going to be super busy.
Hmm.
Don't know
Oh
what's going to
man.
happen, but summer's going to be busy. And
Yeah.
if he's occupying an international roster spot, that means that's one less we can get. Just throwing that out there.
Next question. It's obvious that Liga MX doesn't care about Leagues Cup. They only care about CCC. In your opinion, which competition is the true
Ooh.
measure of where the leagues are? Sorry, that question was very small text.
Ooh. That's a great question though. I'm actually going to give the edge to the CCC because it's played in both the US and Mexico. That is one complaint about the Leagues Cup that I agree with people on is that it should be played in all three countries, not just the United States and Canada.
I wouldn't even give a slight edge. I would give it a big edge. CCC is a definite indicator of where the leagues are, and especially because of the timing of when the tournament happens.
Hmm.
Liga MX only has 4 weeks on us ish when by the time the leagues sorry the CCC starts. They're only 4 or 5 games into their season, so it's not like they have a huge head start. Yeah, I mean 4 or 5 games makes a difference, but I think it's a huge indicator of where each league is at. And after the results of the past couple of days, I know we've said it before, but I think we might have to reverse it. I still
No,
think MLS is behind. I still think that we're
th-
behind.
there's obviously some great things about MLS that they're doing, but it's not showing. It's not showing whatsoever
Uh,
the CCC.
I agree it's not showing the CCC. One thing I will give credit to the Leagues Cup about it is that it's going to give mid-table MLS teams versus mid-table Liga MX teams, and we're going to see the mid-table MLS teams win almost every time.
I
Now,
think
I will say that Liga MX still has some fantastic teams, but you can almost look at it sort of like at a Bundesliga or Ligue 1 sort of situation where you have one or two teams that really dominate the entire league and are actually good, and the rest are not.
that I mean that'd be an interesting stat. Someone probably has already done it, but to figure out what the average is or how the average team plays from each league. I think we're pretty even if we're going to compare MLS and Liga MX, but I think the upper teams from Liga MX are more prepared than the upper teams from MLS. I mean, you can argue that LAFC buys really good players, but they can only play good for so long because just like the Liga MX team's schedule is loaded, so is the MLS schedule. And I think that's what LAFC's coach was complaining about last week was
Correct.
the congested schedule. But it's not like it's only exclusive to MLS. It's everywhere. Europe, what do they do during Champions League? I mean, are we really going to cry about congested schedules? Maybe
No, no.
maybe the congested schedule for Leagues Cup. I can understand that complaint because it's a tournament that was made up. But if that wasn't a tournament, we would be just like Europe. We're just congested with our own Champions League.
Honestly, we should if let me throw something to you two then. If you had to pick between one of the two tournaments, would you keep the CCC or the Leagues Cup?
CCC.
CCC.
I agree.
Are
Yeah.
they gonna say? Are they gonna say Leagues Cup or Open Cup?
No.
No. Honestly, I would on like as much fun as the Leagues Cup is. If I had to pick, keep the CCC, get rid of the Leagues Cup, and put the effort back into the Open Cup.
Would you
100%.
consider I mean, not like you can make the decision, but how about this? Let's move Leagues Cup to the same time as CCC, but have it be like the Europa. Be like
That's
the CONCACAF
that's
Europa.
great too. That is, I think that's a good compromise too. So
Because I think we need to get the upper mid table teams involved as well, so that way everyone has something to look forward to. I mean UEFA has years of experience of doing this, but if we have our own kind of Europa, a secondary cup, for that'd be great, and then have a Super Copa of the champion of the Champions League and the champion of the whatever secondary cup is. I
I feel
mean,
like if the MLS were to have had that a couple years back, RSL would have punched their ticket in the CCC several years in a row because, yeah,
I,
we wouldn't have.
I
Well, it's only the upper dogs who are in the CCC every single year.
yeah, it's only what do we have? 6 teams from the MLS, 7 teams from the MLS, something like that. If we have 30 teams, you should easily have 10 of your teams participating, 10 to 12 participating in both tournaments, CCC
Most definitely,
and the secondary cup.
definitely. No,
So
well, love it,
I,
love it.
I like that idea.
Next question for you guys. Farther into the season, will it be an issue scoring goals in the second half and closing out games?
If you get rid of Gozo, yes.
Well, it depends on who RSL picks up afterwards.
I'm really intrigued on what the
Yeah.
focus is, especially with the emergence of Solans. Does that put a kind of a stick into the wheel of summer plans?
And if we do get rid of Gozo, are they like, oh, we already have somebody? Let's just put Dom as the permanent
No, no,
starter.
no, 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 no.
I put
Keep
Aiden as
no, no, neither. If you sell Gozo, you find a Gozo
oh right.
replacement.
Yeah.
Period.
No,
You
no,
don't.
I'm just saying that if they can't find him, if they're struggling to find him right away.
No, that's the thing. They shouldn't be struggling. If they already know that something is going to happen, they should be looking already. I would be upset if we sell Gozo and there is no Gozo replacement. Like
True,
that they
true.
bring in. If we have to replace Gozo with Dom or I mean you mentioned Aiden. I don't think that's a good one, but if you have to replace Gozo with Dom, I'm upset. I'm very upset.
Fair, fair, but we'll see. We shall see. Next question. Oh, this question's for you, Alan.
Oh, what?
Alan, if ever an RSL versus River Plate Copa Libertadores final, who are you rooting for? Be honest.
Ooh. Ooh.
La
This is
puta
like
madre que me parió.
this is like picking a favorite child too.
Oh, he has a favorite child. We all know.
It's true. Um, um, flip, guys. If I say RSL, I'm gonna get made fun of by my Argentine friends. If I say River Plate, I get made fun of by all the RSL fans.
Just say it. Just say what you feel most confident in.
River Plate.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
And here's the thing, and kind of to our conversation before, Marcos, it's the fandom sense. I feel belonging there. I feel more passion for that, and that
For
passion
sure.
just leads me to just keep yelling, keep singing. Whereas RSL is still in the baby stages. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
River,
We've been around for 20 years, but it's still
River
here.
Plate's been around since 1901. So, I mean,
I'm 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 glad that you are giving ourselves fan base the credit that they've got something that they're building off of, and it's not just
yeah, no. I mean, it's there. I mean, I said a couple of episodes ago that I really appreciated. There's a group of young college age kids that were all standing on top of the metal bars, and they were all
the
like
Soy
doing
Boys. I am a fan
Yeah, but let's give a shout out to the Soy
of
Boys because
those guys.
they're fantastic.
yeah, and they
Ooh,
need to keep doing it.
I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I
Oh,
promise.
okay, sounds good. Um, I'm actually kind of excited about what he might come with.
Last and final question of the night.
Wait, but we can't do last final question until he comes back. I mean, I'm excited to see what he's gonna bring. What is he gonna bring? Did the
What do you
Soy
think is
Boys bring him something? What does he have?
Oh!
Hey!
For those of
Gotta
you
make
who
a shout out to
for those of
Kaye.
you yeah, for those of you who are watching on Spotify, Christian's wearing his brand new Kaye t-shirt.
I will absolutely give them free promotion here because their World Cup, their World Cup editions for this time, they've knocked it completely out of the park. I'm not getting any sort of compensation other than this shirt for saying this. Like,
Alan, don't worry,
y'all,
your shirt's still here. I got your shirt.
yeah,
Thanks.
y'all, go grab one for the U.S. and whatever other country that you're supporting this World Cup because honestly,
It's
it's
a clean shirt, isn't it?
it's phenomenal. It's the next best thing to like. I don't have this Argentina's jerseys from this World Cup, still debating, but this is the next best thing, hands down.
Yeah. So
So Kaye,
shout
this
shout
is
out to
incredible.
shout out to Danny, shout out to Travis, all at Kaye. You guys do a fantastic job making shirts. So
Phenomenal. Like I would buy this.
yeah. So if you
Excellent.
want a World Cup T-shirt, head over to Kaye. They got a bunch of different countries.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Do it.
Last and final question of the night for you guys. Does Cabral have what it takes to be Brazil's second or third string goalkeeper?
No,
No.
that's a fast no. You're gonna put him over Alisson. You're gonna put him over what's his Ederson. You're
Ederson.
I mean, there's so many other goalkeepers that are.
Well, give credit to Rafa. He's a fantastic keeper, but not as good as Ederson, not as good as Alisson.
I don't know if he's like selecção. Is that how you say it? I don't think he's good for.
Seleção, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's good enough to be on the national team.
Where would I put him? Like maybe I would put him in the top 10. Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know.
depending on how well he coaches, he could have a future coaching for the Brazilian national team or any other group that wants to pick him up. Stay on for RSL. But
Yeah, I think he's a great goalkeeper, just not
phenomenal.
not national team.
And it's no other reason than his time has passed, and that's okay. It happens to everybody,
Yeah.
even Messi and Ronaldo.
Yep, this is true.
But
This is true.
one last thing before we close it off. Obviously, you guys saw we dropped yesterday on our Instagram. We were on the road to 3K. So help us get there. So make sure you guys follow us. Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell anybody to follow us so we can get to 3K because we're going to be doing a kit giveaway of the Switchback kit. So
Whoop.
help us get to 3K. It could be next week. It could be the end of the season. But however long it takes, come join this journey with us to get on this road to 3K.
Sounds like a plan, Stan. I hear there's a couple of watch parties this weekend. Look them up. I can't tell you where exactly they are, but there are watch parties this weekend. If you're not going to go to one, watch the game anyways. And I think that's all we got today, guys. That was
Absolutely.
that was a lot of fun. Christian, we appreciate your effort.
I'm glad I made it. It's been a long day, but I'm glad to be here.
Excellent. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Marcos.
If you're not already, head over to X, head over to TikTok, head over to Instagram. Follow us at the RSL Bros. Watch us on YouTube and catch us wherever you catch your podcast on Apple and Spotify.
Sounds like a plan to me. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace out. Bye.